And that's what fucking is mind-boggling. Like, fuck, it's just made my brain go fucking omnidirectional. It's like, these dudes are rocking up with rags on.
Yeah.
But then, I can't really name any names, but I don't think a majority of these people that we've been seeing at these battles all around the country, or let's say, because most people converge to Sydney, have been since we were younger.
Mm-hmm. Agree. Yeah.
You know, it's like, fuck, bro, you dress better when you're going out than when you go to battle. Like, where's that connection, right?
Yeah.
Of like putting a bit of fucking effort into what you wear, you know?
Well, I mean, the whole point of it was putting effort into everything, you know, putting effort into your style. And when you say you're putting effort into your style, I mean, your style was your dress, your dance, your movement, the way you talk to people, you know what I mean? Like, style was everything because, again, that's all they had, you know? Like, style is still king, you know? Which people sometimes get confused with that, you know, a move is king. Yeah, okay, the move is amazing, you know what I mean? And it's great to see, but if, you know, you're not doing it correct in a sense of like coming correct and doing it, you know, with the intention and purpose of like, you know, expressing yourself, then, well then, yeah, I mean, like, you know, you're just doing a move.
Right.
You know, but that's also about the dress thing, but then that's also the ego thing, you know, moving back to that as well. If you dress good, and this comes for anything, you know, like let's say you're a worker in a business and your boss is invested in giving you the correct equipment to do the job right. You know, you've got a nice uniform for your work, you've got all the tools they're giving you, you know what I mean? You're going to walk into work every day going, oh, I'm happy, man, like this is great, da 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 da.
Right.
And you're going to perform to your best because you've been given like these passive motivation. You know what I'm saying? So when all those guys back then were putting their best into the way they dressed, the way that they rocked to the club with their crew or whoever, or to the battle, wherever it was, they felt good. That was their motivation. You know what I mean? They had all this amazing motivation to come correct.
Yeah.
And it wasn't easy. This is the thing. They put in the work.
Yep.
And this is another thing when you get older, you realize how much work people have put into things when they've had success, when they've been that good. And then when you're younger as well, you kind of want everything to be a little bit easier because it is easy because you're younger, you're fit, things do come easier. You know, moves come easier under, you know, let's like learning a language, you know, technically dance is a language, right? So everyone goes, oh wow, they're so young, they picked up that language so quickly. Same with breaking. You start young. I mean, you look at people now, like, you know, these 6-7-year-old kids, I mean, they're doing everything, you know,
head spin, no hands.
You know, rocking 10, 12, what's this kid from Kazakhstan or whatever his name is, I've forgotten his name, doing like 50, 52,000s, you know, like, of course he's picking it up, you know what I mean? And there's this B-girl from, I can't remember from Russia or the UK, B-girl, Greeka or something, man, she's good, you know. And then there's the Indomitable crew, all those, they're like 14, 15, you know, they're all doing air tracks like it's no problem, you know.
It's like their foundation.
It's like their foundation, you know, and it's just like a language going from simple phonetics to like a super complex, you know, poetry, blah, 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 blah. You know, everything evolves. Yeah. Including your ego. Yeah. As you go through the dance, you know? Right. So, like, when you start off, everything is simple. Yeah. I'm the best. Yes. You know, no one can touch me. I'm going to burn this guy. There's no way he won. Yeah. The judges don't know shit. You know,
these cuts are all fucking whack.
These cuts are all whack. You know, like the standard shit that everyone says when they're young. Yeah. Yeah. You know, and then you get to the middle ground. Right. You know, a little bit later on, when you've refined your runs, you've kind of got a few signatures under your belt, right, you know, that are yours, and the ego's still there, and you're saying, now I'm even better because I got my signatures. Now I'm definitely burning them, you know. These younger people, they got no idea, and everyone does that, you know. There's always this hierarchy thing of like young and old. These new people, they don't know shit, you know. Yeah. And I'm guilty of doing it. I'm not going to say that I'm not. I did it many times.
We all have.
Even to this day, I still do that. Like young people these days, you know, they know nothing about breaking. You know, I sound, you know, I'm going to be like that. You know, young people these days, no, you know, when I'm 70, these little rapper breakdancers, they got nothing on me when I was young. So the ego's always there. You know, it's always there, and you always have this thing where you have to go, man, did I really just say that? Did I say like these young people these days? Fuck, I sound like my parents, you know, or like my grandparents or the generation hating. And it happens in any scene. Right. You know, I hear like a lot of the old skaters, all these new guys, they don't have any soul. It used to be about just shredding and blah, 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 blah. Same with the surfers, you know, like all these other cultures. You always got some guy saying, back in my day, we did it better. Right? Technically, that's part of the ego. So you've got to shake that off as well when you get a little bit older and realize no one wants to hear the old person in the room telling everyone how it was. Yeah. You know, like if you're invited to speak and that's something that they consciously want to listen to, then that's great. But don't go to the jam fucking, you know, tapping everyone on the shoulder and, hey, back in my day, we used to, oh, yeah, great, mate, good stuff, you know, thanks for telling me that. Yeah, get the fuck out of here, you old idiot, you know.
Fuck off!
Yeah, fuck off. So, but
it's because these boomers, as we're being called now, right? These boomers, like what the fuck?
We're not boomers.
We're not boomers.
My parents are boomers.
Yeah, exactly, right? But we got that trait.
But we got that stigma.
And we got that trait from them.
I mean, of course, you know, and you know, we use Facebook, kind of, you know. Young people, this is like Facebook. That's all. I mean, that's like
how fucking mind blowing is that they don't fuck with Facebook.
They don't even look. I mean, MySpace. You tell them MySpace, they got no idea what the fuck that was. You know, I used to think that was the greatest thing in the world. You know, like create my own page, put my own song from my favorite band up. That represents me as my personality. And I think that was also another thing going into the modern age that would boost people's egos and personalities because you had this now social connection that was instantly available, and people could create a reinforcement or even a different persona or reinforce their persona from social media.
You said it, bro.
Which again, social media is a tool. Like I said, it can be used for good or it can be used for bad, you know. And some people have had great success and it's been a great sharing tool, and now you can find anything online that you need to learn how to do a move. There's a million instructional guides out there. You know, all the European cats, the Asian cats are doing it. Like, I don't know of many people here that are doing it. In Australia, which is a little bit weird. I haven't seen any instructional.
Well, I'm glad you're saying that, bro.
From here.
That hardly anybody. I mean, the first one, and I will fucking cite him, even though he copped a lot of flack for it, and there's a bit of a stigma around doing it because of him.
Yeah.
But through Melbourne breakdance, Foxy.
Yeah.
He did those OG instructionals way before anybody else. And it's just a shame that he got fucking slayed by the community for it. You know?
I mean, it's a hard thing because, you know, in breaking it, again, it's like a lot of the other things. A lot of the other subcultures, you got to earn your stripes, you know, and particularly, and this is not disrespect to many other cities, but Melbourne, I feel like, is the city where people have to really earn their stripes. True. Sydney, where I live now, it's a little bit. Sorry, Sydney, you're going to fucking hate me for this, but it's a little bit 15 minutes of fame, you know? Yeah. People up there, instant success, 15 minutes of fame, all of that, you know, the Hollywood of Australia, blah, 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 blah. Yeah. It is a little bit like that. Whereas in Melbourne, man, you know, it's tall poppy syndrome here hard. You get cut down, man.
Oh, bro, yeah.
Melbourne cuts people down like...
you get checked here.
Yeah, you get checked a lot harder. So I feel like the problem that happened... and this is no disrespect to Foxy, is that maybe he just hadn't been in the game long enough, earned his stripes, hadn't reached a certain status, and people were like, who the fuck is this guy? You know, you shouldn't be fucking, you know, teaching instructionals. You don't know fucking shit, you know. But the guy was just trying to be positive. Yeah. And again, this is where, like, again, we go back to like the breaking in any subculture ego. Why didn't you just look at it at a point of the guy's just trying to help people break? You know, what's wrong with that? You know, everyone's got an opinion, just like an asshole. Yeah. Everyone's got one, you know. And generally, people with opinions tend to be assholes. Yeah. And I was heavily opinionated, and I will totally say this: I was much of an asshole to a lot of people.
We all were.
Yeah, well, yeah. And if you can't admit that, well, then there's, you know, you're still a fucking asshole. Sorry.
Yeah. Yo.